This is my guitar number 486, and it's what you would probably call an art guitar, though I don't really prefer that name because it's a guitar, it's not art. There's guitar and art are two different things, but it makes it easier to explain to people if I just say, yeah, it's an art guitar. Leave it at that. And it's made with it's 24 3/4 inch scale. It is a guitar that actually works. I believe it or not, I still get asked that question. Now these things work, don't they? I just showed you, it works. So it's 24 3/4 inch scale. It's got a 12-inch radius, just carved, 4704 frets. It's a nice normal CD carve, my standard carve. We got your 1/11/16 Delrin nut and some nice hip shot locking tuners with my own custom aluminum barrel buttons. Maple neck, maple head, maple fretboard. Now the body, this part of the body here, I should show you from this side. This is a hollow-ish piece with paper, poly-impregnated paper over an arch frame that you can kind of see through. If I show you right, you can kind of see through it in places. It does have a solid piece down the middle for structural reasons, of course, but it's a pine frame, a piece of wood that I salvaged from the side of the road. And it's very secure, very stable. Then we have a figured mahogany top plate here with the pickups underneath it. The pickups inside of this, which is a piece of ash. It's a stacked Type 2 humbucker. Sounds really nice. Nice mellow. With your control volume knob here, and one of my aluminum Dan Electro style bridges, which I love these things. They're very flexible to work with and adjust, and once they're in tune, band, they're in tune. So then on the back end piece here, we have, which is basically like a piece of upholstery, like a seat cushion or maybe like a purse or something, it's fully padded. The jack is in there and it is supported, same with the end pin here, the strap button. And I get asked a lot when people see something like this, they what's the concept? I don't even know how to answer that. I don't even know what that means. What's the concept? I don't read what artist statements say. When I see an object somewhere that an artist made, I don't read the statement because I really don't care what they're talking about, what they're trying to say about the piece that they made. What matters is how it affects me, how I interpret it, how it speaks to me. And a lot of times the BS wordage that comes out makes no sense at all. It's just words for the sake of words, or because somebody said, you got to write something about this because I don't understand it. And then they just, they're probably in the same boat as me, and I don't know what to say about this thing. It is what it is, or you respond to it the way you respond to it. And so what's my concept? I guess what I'm trying to do with these is push the idea of normality, the typical cliche approach to electric guitars somewhere else. And this is an electric guitar. It's not acoustic guitar. We're not talking about acoustic guitars. They come from a different tradition. Acoustic guitars come from a tradition of handmade objects. And yes, there were, Gibson came out of that, but they were a factory. And then once Fender got a hold of things, the whole concept of electric guitar just became, oh, it's just this widget you make in a factory. And it has stayed there forever. It's still just a widget made in a factory. There are people like me who make them one at a time, but I'm not a factory. I make an object one at a time, like an acoustic builder. That's the only relation I'll say to that. They make their object one at a time, and those objects are coveted for the beauty and the degree of sophistication and craft that they are, and they should be. But when it comes to an electric guitar, people just assume it's like, it comes from a factory. It's a widget. What kind do you make? People find out I make a guitar. The first thing I say is electric guitars, and I see their face kind of sink. Like, oh, they wanted me to say acoustic guitar. Then they'd be more impressed. Next question is, well, what kind of guitar do you make? Another one of those questions I like, how do I answer this? I make my guitars. Yeah, but there's only so many kinds. I mean, what kind do you make? Implying that they expect me to say like Fender, Strat, Tele, SG, whatever. Go down the list. And when I have to say, it's like, no, I make my guitars. They're just perplexed. Like, first of all, is that possible? And second of all, well, why would you do that? Because I see the electric guitar as a wide open field for expression. And it's easy to make easy art. It's easy to make easy films, easy music. That's, music that, well, it sounds like this, it sounds like this band, and that band sounds like that band, and it's this genre. Or you go to another genre, it's like, oh yeah, well, that band sounds like this band, that sounds like that band. They're all just copying from each other and playing to the same emotional base, the same common knowledge about the music that they're making. Even though if you're not part of that, if you don't know the intricacies of that, it all might sound the same to you, right? Same with movies. Movies are so good at pushing emotional buttons. The sad romantic, the angsty sort of stuff, the zooming in on the tear of the crying person. They do that on the news all the time. They zoom in on the crying tear. They're just pushing the button, this emotional buttons that we all have on our surface that are so easy to manipulate, so easy to do. I mean, it drives me nuts. I can't watch movies that do that are angsty. First of all, I got enough real angst and drama in the world. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see these stories about it on a screen. I don't need to read about it in novels. So it's just too easy. It's too expected, sort of emotional triggering, and that's what a lot of art is. It's just emotional triggering. They got the razor blades, they got the sharp points, they got the splashy, angry sort of drawings. They got, all this stuff that's really the surface of our emotions. I'm looking for something deeper. I'm looking for something more visceral. And it's something you can't explain for the most part. It's hard to grasp, but yet you respond to it. And that's the place I like to put my work, is someplace where it's like, what? I'm confused. What's going on there? A lot of people take that confusion the wrong way. They're insulted by it, and they'll say, oh, that's stupid. Well, that's projection. I mean, they're saying that's stupid because they feel stupid, because they don't understand it. But that's okay. It's okay to not think you have to know everything and understand it, and to experience stuff that's outside of your norm, outside of your normal emotional base. So why did I put a cushion on here? Well, first of all, it actually works pretty good, because you put your arm on there and it's very comfortable. Somebody's gonna say, yeah, but my arm gets sweaty when I'm playing Hendrix licks, and that'll get all messed up. It's like, well, first of all, you're not gonna play Hendrix licks on this, so just shut up, okay? That's not it. And it's also I do things like this because as opposed to pushing the angst button, the trauma button of emotion, I'm more interested in humor. And there's something kind of funny about all this. Once you get past the weirdness of it all, I like humor. I like bringing funny things into the world that are also thoughtful. You have to think about this thing. What's going on here, right? What is going on? I don't really know myself, but there's a certain emotional response I get to something like this that makes me want to make these things. One of my teachers once told me one of the most profound things I've ever learned from anybody. Paul Sasso, God rest his soul. He said to me, we live in a world full of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff in the world. And as an object maker, it's your responsibility to not bring more crap into the world. So that means don't just remake something somebody else made. Don't make cliches, which something somebody else made and is popular becomes. You've got to bring something into the world. If you're going to make objects, if you're going to be an object maker, you have to be responsible for the stuff you bring into this world that's already full of crap. So bring in something that's worth bringing into the world. And I stand by that with every object I make. If it's going to be crap, I won't do it. But if it's going to be something that adds value to the world, that's my concept. I guess that's my concept. So there you have it. Number 486. Sorry, but it's already gone.